can't stop the love we made.
Pretty Dirty TV. We get filthy digging into both sides of the story so that you won't have to. Welcome to I Had a Kitty Crush in the 80s and 90s. Yes, I did. I think we all did. Back in the day, there was always that one person that we couldn't wait to see come on TV. And my particular person, of course, like many people back in the 80s, was Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was everything to me. Until, that is, my sister and brother alerted me that he was nothing more than human and that he went to the bathroom and take a poop like everyone else. I cried and cried when I realized that, and life was never the same again. But I loved Michael Jackson up until the day that he died. But Michael Jackson was the first little crush that I ever had on anyone, celebrity or otherwise. Now, tell me, who was your first celebrity crush? While all the little girls watching the Wonder Years was crazy about Kevin, Terrence and Big Red were crazy about Winnie Cooper from the Wonder Years. Big Red says, "Don't judge me." Winnie Cooper. Winnie was cute. Next there's Rebecca, who had a crush on Denzel Washington in Mo Better Blues. And rightly so. Denzel was very hot in that movie. Very, very. Then, who could forget Drew Barrymore? She was so cute in E.T. Well, I was about her age at the same time, and I believe Matthew was too. Tammy. Tammy says that Dwayne from What's Happening, who is Haywood Nelson, he was my biggest crush ever. Now when I watch the show, I just laugh at myself. And that was about in 1977. Andrea had a very big crush on Foster Silvers. Actually, it was a few people that turned in his name, and I have no clue who he is, though I did find a lot of pictures, and I can see, I guess, why all the girls back in 1975 was going a little berserk over Mr. Silvers. But Andrea says that sadly today he's doing time at the moment and is probably a mess in his old age. Alright, then next up, who could forget Holly Berry? Levon sure didn't. Holly Berry back in the Boomerang days. We all remember that, the haircut and all the other stuff Holly had going on, very stylish. And that was back in 92. Then, moving right along, well, backwards to 1991, Katina and Alice both thought that Ice Cube was the man back in 91 in Boys in the Hood when he played Doughboy. Skipping forward, Karma was feeling El DeBarge very much. Who could believe that anybody was watching Good Times and lusting after Jimmy J.J. Walker? Now, Octavia, didn't you see Michael right there? Hey, to each his own. She said, "I was just a little girl, so don't judge me." High five. Get your JJ on. Next is, of course, Little Penny from Good Times. Janet Jackson, Henry, and Antonio and Roger also all had crushes on little Janet Jackson. The three J's, Jonathan, James, and Jeff, says that Jane Kennedy was the one that made them feel some kind of way back in 1982. Moving along to 1988, my personal crush was Joey McIntyre from the New Kids on the Block, who sung Please Don't Go Girl. Oh my goodness. There was no Google back then, had no clue what he looked like or what any of them looked like right away. It was just the song, his voice, and that's all I needed. I didn't care what he looked like. I am like, oh my God, this song is so cute. So whoever is singing this just has to be the cutest. And he was. And he was. So there it is, Joey McIntyre, which is my personal choice for Celebrity Crush. Next up is Sherry, who had a crush on Johnny Depp from 21 Jump Street. Do you remember 21 Jump Street came on Fox? It was in the first couple of years of the Fox station starting, which it started in 1986. Now, you can tell your child that you were born before Fox existed, if you want to feel old. Karina liked Jordan from New Kids on the Block, which was the group that Joey was from. So Karina and I could have been best friends back in the day. So we could listen to New Kids on the Block all day in our, what was it called? The cassette player. Next up would be Kenneth, who had a crush on little Rudy from The Cosby Show, Keisha Knight Pulliam, who grew up to be a beautiful woman. So way to go, Kenneth. Next would be Roger, who says that it was a toss-up between Kim Fields as Tootie from The Facts of Life and Janet Jackson as Penny from Good Times. You don't have to choose, you can have them both. Then there's Holland, who had a crush on Lisa Ray during her time in The Players Club. What a movie. Next there's Jessica, who says that LL Cool J from 1988 and still crushing hard today. Through middle and high school, she had every Right On, Jet, and Word Up magazine picture / page of him on her wall / shrine. Way to go, Jessica. Somebody needs to find out who Bruno Mars' dad is, because I promise you that he looks just like Punch, aka Eric Estrada, or Eric Estrada, aka Punch from Chips. Back in the 80s, Tiffany had a big crush on Punch, who looks like Bruno Mars at the age of 50 or something. Next up was the person that got the most votes for Celebrity Crush as a kid. I'm just including 3 names, but there was a lot more. You have Sandra, Ronda, and Vicky, who all said Prince, Prince, and more Prince. Prince got a lot of votes for this. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Julie had a crush on Ralph Macchio from The Karate Kid. I thought he was cute too back then. The year was 1982. And Marvina had the biggest crush on Ricky Bell from New Edition. And what's with the hard hat? Next up, also from New Edition, Tamra and Taryn had crushes on Ronnie DeVoe. Now, a side note, I will say that I always thought he looked a little weird like back in the day, but actually now, he is very, 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 very handsome. I'm shocked that he, blossomed into such a great looking guy. So, good choice, Tamara and Taryn. Alright, next, I think this is so cute. Dawn had a crush on Ricky Schroder in Silver Spoons. He had everything. Ricky was pretty cool. So I can see where the attraction was, Dawn. You are not alone. Next up, in 1965, Chicki had a crush on Smokey Robinson. And I must say, Smokey Robinson has stayed looking good for a long time. Smokey's been around for years and years and years. And every time you see him, especially the pictures from back in the day, like these, this one and others, oh my God, he was very, very handsome. So I can see where the attraction was. And last but not least, because we went in alphabetical order, was Kevin's crush on Vanessa Williams back in about 83 when Vanessa won the Miss America But then there was the controversy. We won't get into that. Vanessa Williams. And those are your celebrity crushes. Well, who was your celebrity crush when you were a kid? Be sure to leave it in the comment section. We all had a crush, whether it was James Bond or Papa Smurf. There was somebody out there that we thought was hot. And now the new generation, they're going through the same thing. It might be Drake or Bruno Mars or Beyonce or whomever it may be. In 40 years, they'll look back at those people. Let me not say 40 years, it hasn't been that long. In 20 years, they'll look back at these people or those people and say, wow, look at how far we've come. So this video is all in fun, just to have a fun look back at the 80s and the 90s. And remember, I had a kitty crush in the 80s and 90s. Have a great day. Thank you all for watching. Come back often. Do you have a pretty, dirty topic? To suggest a topic or question, please send an email to prettydirtyinc@gmail.com. That's prettydirtyinc@gmail.com. Thank you for watching Pretty Dirty TV, bringing you the pretty and the dirty side of the things you want to know.